Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, March the 14th, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today. We have a candle that's made a higher high and a higher low, but we have a spinning top type candle. That does raise some doubt about continuation of the first time frame trend to the upside. Previous day's trading, we had a very large white body candle with the buyers in control of this market and showing very strong upside momentum. And I did mention that when we get extreme days such as this, all of a sudden the market tends to prefer to relax, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. The buyers have not followed through with that momentum that they had to the upside, and we actually have a very small black body candle. The small body means that the sellers have made net bearish progress, as opposed to the large amount that the buyers made the previous day. Now, significantly, it's only been a very small amount of progress, so that's quite important, and that does raise doubt about the ability of the sellers to change the trend. So we also have the candle, we also have the large shadow on the top and the bottom of the candle, representing the buyers losing commitment and the sellers losing commitment. So that's what makes this an indecisive trading day. So for tomorrow's trading, we really do need to watch the low of the current candle for a potential lower high and lower low. Now, the market found resistance at the 1400 round number level that I've highlighted previously, a very important level for this market. We can see that the high traded just to that level and selling pressure came into the market. If there is to be a change of trend, then there is potential support at this previous swing high at 1377, and then at this significant area at 1371. Down below there, we do have potential support at the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, which are trading at 1369 roughly, and then down to 1360. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish in all three time frames. So we have the market trading above the cloud to give us a bullish market in the long-term time frame, trading above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen for a bullish market in the medium-term and long-term time frame, and the Chikou span is confirming the corresponding is above the corresponding price action, confirming the bullishness that we're seeing overall in this market. So basically, we have a very strong market that's having a bit of a rest today. There is potential for the market to change trend. If we do see a change of trend, I doubt very much that it will trade substantially lower. Some technical analysts use the when they have a benchmark candle such as we have for the previous day's trading, they use a 50% level of that as a benchmark for whether the trend will continue. They tend to look for support around that 50% level. If we do see the market trade bearishly below there, we could see the market trading the 1370. But if not, we could see the market find support. If we find support there, we could be testing 1400 again. But 1400 is a very, very important level. If we do see a bullish breakout up above there, then we could easily see the market trading to 1440 fairly soon. So overall, a bullish market, some indecisiveness at the moment while the buyers and the sellers are trying to work out who's dominant in this market. Neither side is for today's trading, but 1400 is significant. Next, moving to gold, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the downside. Another very large black-bodied candle. The black body denotes the sellers making a very strong amount of net bearish progress, and the sellers taking control of this market and showing strong commitment to taking this market lower. We do have a small shadow on the bottom of this candle, and that shows the sellers losing commitment down below the 1643 level that I'd highlighted previously as a potentially strong area of support, and the market has found support at that level. If the market does continue trending down, then there is very strong support at the 1625 level, which was this previous swing low. The third in a series of large blackish bodies today for today's trading does raise some doubt about continuation of the trend to the downside when we get these very large extreme days, then the market does tend to want to relax a bit, and there is potential for that to happen today. The nice thing about this trend is how the size of the body has increased with each day that the trend has continued down, and that's significant. It suggests that the sellers are very firmly in control in this market. But certainly this 1643 level will be very important. Now, we also had the market just break out of the bottom of the cloud, and this breakout is in a fairly bearish manner, and it does suggest that there is strong potential for lower levels, but the market did just only test just below there, so it's not a very significant breakout, and we do have the shadow on the bottom suggesting that the sellers lost commitment. So if we are going to take that as being a strong sell signal, then we would prefer to see confirmation of that trend to the downside, and certainly a lower low below the low at 1634.7 would be important, and then a break below 1625 could be significant. So in terms of Ichimoku, the market technically is bearish by trading below the cloud, and it's been some time since we've seen bearish activity below the cloud. It was around this level here. But it's only just below the cloud, so the market is pretty much neutral as well. But in terms of the lower time frames and the faster time frames, the market is bearish in both the medium and the fast term time frame by trading below the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and the Chikou span is below the corresponding price action. So the Chikou span is confirming the bearish activity that we're seeing in the 3 time frames. So for tomorrow's trading, let's watch this area at 1643. Certainly watch the low of the current candle for a test down there, and the important 1625 level. Next, moving to light sweet crude oil, and here we see a largish black-bodied candle, and the black body denotes the sellers making very solid net bearish progress on the day between the open and the close. The sellers have taken control of this market, and they've shown some strong commitment to taking this market lower. They did lose commitment as they tested around the 105.31 level of support, and I've highlighted that as a very strong level of support for this market. It's held on probably 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions, and now 5 occasions where we've seen upside price rejection from that level. So 105.31 is a very important level for this market for trading throughout the next few days. To the upside, however, the market found resistance at the 106.95 level that I've highlighted previously as a solid area of resistance too. So we have the market trading within these 2 areas of support and resistance, and basically a market that's quite indecisive at the moment, although in the short-term time frame the trend is down and the sellers are in control. So in that very short-term time frame, in terms of the short-term dynamics, the sellers have strong downside momentum. We haven't seen any serious momentum or any serious attempts to trade this market up by the buyers. If the market does continue trending down, we do have the window that was open some time ago that has been closed by the market trading through there, but the market has failed to close down below that level. So if the market does close down below there, that will be quite significant, and we could see the market headed to lower levels. Below there we do have the Kijun-sen trading at 103.94 that will offer strong support, and then a level at 103.39. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is overall bullish in big picture terms by trading above the cloud, bullish in the medium term time frame by trading above the Kijun-sen, but bearish in the short term time frame by continuing to trade below the Tenkan-sen. The Kijun-sen is pointing flat, and when the Kijun-sen turns flat, there is a possibility that it will attract price action. So let's wait and see whether we do see the price action trade to lower levels. So overall, a market that's bullish in bigger picture terms, but in the short-term time frame, with the trend and the short-term dynamics, the buyers really are struggling to find any strength, and the sellers are in control of this market.